Obviously, the allegations are incredibly disturbing.
Boston Mayor Michelle Wu reacting to the arrest of 2 city officials overnight.
Here it says Boston city employee fired after May arrest, sues for wrongful termination. She alleged that the city's human resources staff did not give her a chance to tell her side of the story and instead fired her to protect the representation of a top city staffer. She has previously said publicly that on the night in question, Chief of Economic Opportunity and Inclusion, Segun Idowu, propositioned her for SX and kissed her during a night out.
I would start off by saying that the city remains committed to the principles of diversity, equity, and inclusion, not going away.
And we're back, y'all. Thank you for watching today. Go ahead and hit that like button, my people. You know that it helps us out a ton. And of course, it helps you because it helps us keep bringing you these stories every day. Now, y'all, today we're going to be talking about your girl, Michelle Wu in Boston, the great city of Boston. And, recently, I think we're probably the top YouTube channel where we have been following all of the vicissitudes of the Boston employees under Michelle Wu who have been serially arrested. We have 2 different employees. In fact, y'all, in this video, we're going to cover the 2 employees who have been arrested and charged with assaulting on cops. Now, they've both been fired, but one of those employees is actually suing Michelle Wu. She is suing Michelle Wu for firing her. Okay, get this, y'all. After she had a domestic dispute with her boyfriend, cops were called, cops went, she allegedly assaulted the cops. She got fired from Boston City employment, and now she's suing. And get this, y'all, I'm gonna hold off for a second so that you can hear what her position was with Boston. Okay, I will give you a hint. I'm not even gonna give you a hint. Just wait. It's ironic. Let's leave it at that. Let's go ahead and take a look at a news report about what happened. Then I'm gonna come back and get into this lawsuit. Let's take a look. Y'all know we about to hop into this excellent content, but before we do, people, I want y'all to go at the end of the video. Watch the video first, but then immediately go to Paralegold, PARALEGOLD.com. Y'all look at the stock market. Look at the markets. They're up, they're down, they round, right? But gold has been firm and strong for over 5,000 years for mankind, for you, for me, for everybody. Y'all, protect your money, protect your retirement. Call my people at Augusta Precious Metals at 844-651-8334 to learn just how to do that. Now let's hop into this excellent content.
She knows both of these workers, and tonight she says they are off the job during the investigation.
Obviously, the allegations are incredibly disturbing.
Boston Mayor Michelle Wu reacting to the arrest of 2 city officials overnight.
It is never okay to harm a police officer or to harm another member of our community.
26-year-old Marwa Khudaynazar is accused of assaulting a police officer after she called police to her boyfriend's Chinatown apartment. Both she and her boyfriend, Chulan Wong, are also accused of assaulting each other. She's the chief of staff for the city's Office of Police Accountability, and he's the neighborhood business manager for the city's Economic Development Office. According to a police report, Marwa told officers her boyfriend had cheated on her, so she went on a date with his boss earlier that evening, and when she got back to his apartment, he took her phone and her car keys. The report says she told police he held onto her wrists and wouldn't let go, and I was biting him in self-defense. Marwa was accused of hitting an officer as she blocked a door, and both city workers allegedly told police where they worked. Marwa's boyfriend accused of saying, "We both work for the city. This is unnecessary."
It is a privilege to be able to serve the public, and we are all also human beings, but at the same time, our behavior has to match the standards that we need to hold all of our city workers to.
And both of these city workers pled not guilty today. They are both on unpaid leave. We're live at City Hall tonight. John Atwater, WCVB News Center.
All right, here it says Boston City employee fired after May arrest, sues for wrongful termination. A former Boston City Hall employee who was fired earlier this year after she and her then boyfriend were arrested following a domestic incident, has sued, saying she was wrongfully terminated to protect Mayor Michelle Wu and her staff. Marwa K, formerly a chief of staff in the Office of Police Accountability and Transparency, filed the lawsuit Wednesday in Suffolk Superior Court. In her complaint, she alleged that the city's human resources staff did not give her a chance to tell her side of the story and instead fired her to protect the representation of a top city staffer. Now, y'all, I think I know who this staffer is. And I'm going to show y'all a little bit of video on him, who I think it probably is, okay? She has previously said publicly that on the night in question, Chief of Economic Opportunity and Inclusion, Segun Idowu, probably pronounced that wrong, sorry about that, Segun, her boyfriend's boss, so this Segun is her boyfriend's boss. He, according to Marwa, propositioned her for SX and kissed her during a night out, prompting the argument with her boyfriend that led to arrests. Okay, so she's saying Segun came on to me, and then because of that, I got into a domestic dispute with my boyfriend. That's what she's saying. Police were called, and she reportedly, allegedly assaulted one of the police. So here it says Marwa was fired because her statements to the police regarding Mr. Idowu on the evening in question embarrassed Wu and so damaged Wu's chances for re-election, her attorneys wrote in the complaint. A spokesman for the city did not immediately respond to a request for comment. Now, y'all, I want y'all to take a little bit of, I'm just going to show y'all a couple of little clips on this Segun Idowu.
All right, your job title is Chief of Economic Opportunity and Inclusion. Your mission is to make Boston a resilient, equitable city. The president has taken aim at a lot of DEI programs, and we've seen some businesses move forward in dropping them. What is your advice to those businesses out there that do see a value in some of these programs?
Well, I'll say to those who, and I appreciate that question,
who don't want to be a target of the president.
Well, and you know, the last time I was here, we talked about this as well in advance of this administration. And you know, I'll start off by saying that the city remains committed to the principles of diversity, equity, and inclusion, not going away.
And Segun, we're hearing more these days about reparations. And the argument is that something similar to that should happen here to help repair the damage of many generations of racial discrimination in housing, employment, and other means of wealth creation. Where do you and BECMA stand on this?
Well, you know, one thing I appreciate is that the issue of reparations is being given the serious conversation and attention that it has deserved for the last close to 200 years.
By the way, y'all couldn't find this, but I'm pretty sure that in a previous report about this, there was an investigation on Mr. Segun and they cleared him. I'm pretty sure, don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure there was a news report that said they had cleared him of any wrongdoing as it relates to Marwa. Okay, so I should say that, but I was looking for the clip because I wanted to show it to you, but I couldn't find it. So I did find those clips, y'all. So we will see what happens. You know, Michelle Wu, she had an election coming up. She was probably like, get this girl off my team before I lose this election messing around with this lady. You know, I don't know that Michelle Wu said that, but it would be funny if she did. And y'all, let's not forget. Okay, so here we have Marwa, who is alleged to have assaulted a police officer. Let's not forget the other Michelle Wu employee who also assaulted a police officer, resulting in the Boston City Council calling a meeting saying, yo, we need to get our hiring practices together because we got crazy people. We're hiring crazy, violent people, y'all. So we're going to go ahead and loop right into that. Take a look at this.
I'm filing this emergency hearing order today, calling for an immediate reforms to the City of Boston's hiring and employee review processes. This action comes after multiple troubling incidents involving city employees, including violent confrontations and the shocking case of a level 3 sex offender employed in our Parks Department. These failures highlight unacceptable gaps in background checks, sex offender screening, and continuous monitoring. This order will call for urgent reforms, including mandatory SORB and CORI checks for all hires, stronger standards for jobs involving children, seniors, and our vulnerable residents, annual rechecks, and real-time alerts for new arrests, immediate suspension when credible allegations arise, and a full audit of city hires back to July 2023. I'm hoping that this hearing order will bring human resources, police department, the law department, parks, facilities, and any other outside experts to ensure accountability, transparency, and public safety. I believe the Boston residents deserve nothing but this full transparency and accountability.
The City of Boston human resources process must include criminal background checks. With Council Murphy and Council Fitzgerald, we filed this emergency hearing order to investigate the system-wide breakdown. We need answers. Residents of Boston need answers. We can't support the status quo. August 18th, regarding the impact of CORI, after it was learned and discovered that a level 3 sex offender was working on Boston's payroll as recently as August 12th in the Parks and Recreation Department. I do believe there's a system-wide breakdown. We need to address it and provide the residents of Boston with an exceptional workforce, and that includes background checks on new hires.
Here, this Daily Caller report says Boston Mayor Wu under fire over city employee crime wave and multiple arrests. A series of high-profile arrests and scandals involving Boston city employees have sparked calls for immediate reforms to Democrat Mayor Michelle Wu's hiring practices, the Boston Herald reports. The Boston City Council on Wednesday advanced an emergency order and will hold a hearing on reforming the city's hiring practices. Recent incidents, including the hiring of a SX offender in the Parks Department and a violent altercation involving a city employee and a state trooper, have raised questions about the city's background check procedures, according to the Boston Herald. Quote, "These failures highlight unacceptable gaps in background checks, SX offender screening, and continuous monitoring," said City Councilor Aaron Murphy, who co-sponsored the measure, according to the outlet. "I'm filing this emergency hearing order today calling for immediate reforms to the City of Boston's hiring and employee review processes. Among the most alarming cases is that of Robert M. Claude, a level 3 SX offender, the highest risk category, who was hired this year as an equipment operator for the city's Parks Department, according to the Boston Herald. Claude, whose employment ended on August 12th, has 2 convictions from 2013 for indecent assault and battery and 1 conviction for open and gross lewdness and lascivious behavior. The controversy escalated on August 22nd when news broke that city employee Nasiru Ibrahim had been arrested weeks earlier on July 30th, according to WCVB5. Ibrahim allegedly tased a state trooper and tried to flee during a traffic stop. Now, y'all are going to be seeing that in this part of the video that's coming up. Police also discovered a handgun wrapped in a sweatshirt inside his vehicle, despite Ibrahim having no license to carry in the state. So there you can see people from Michelle Wu's government talking about the hiring practices, the people. Now, y'all, I already know y'all gonna say DEI. I already know y'all are gonna say that. I don't know what the problem is with the Wu administration. All I know is she should probably be cleaning up her own house before she's looking around saying, look how dirty your house is. Like, yeah, but have you seen your house? Have you seen yours? So y'all, we previously did a full report on this entire saga, on this entire situation with Michelle Wu's administration, and we've been detailing all these different crazy stories involving her employees over several months. I'm gonna go ahead and run right into that report so that you can have all of these reports in one place. And yeah, it's wild. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. Let's go ahead and hop into this most recent story of Michelle Wu's employee riding around dirty. with a Glock 40 and getting into it with a police officer. Let's go ahead and take a look.
Hold on. Why? Yo. No.
Wow, that is breaking news. It is video you're going to only see on 5 as this traffic stop turns violent. The state trooper ending up going right through that window, as you see. 5 Investigates broke the story at 5 p.m., revealing that a Boston City worker is now behind bars after that wild encounter.
Let's get to our Brittany Johnson. She's been digging into how all of this unfolded. Brittany?
Well, Ed and Maria, this is just the latest case of a city employee landing in trouble with the law in recent months. And in this case, that worker is being held on 5 felonies after a confrontation with both the suspect and the trooper being tased.
What's up, man? How you doing? Good. Give you a license registration?
It starts as a routine traffic stop in South Boston. A state police trooper spotting a car with window tint that appears darker than allowed by law. It all unfolded here on Old Colony Avenue, just past a traffic rotary.
I just got out of work. What do you do? Like, I can't see the ad. Oh, City of Boston.
The driver, Nasiru Ibrahim, on the city payroll, working in the property management department.
No, you're good. Just relax.
No, I know. The trooper writing in his report that because Ibrahim's demeanor was nervous and he admitted to prior firearms charges, the trooper asked to inspect a backpack on the passenger side floorboard. A few seconds later.
Hold on. Why? Yo. No. Stop, dude. Stop. You're going to make it worse.
As the chaos unfolds, you can see them struggling over the car's transmission as Ibrahim tries to put the car in drive and the trooper struggles to keep it in park.
You're going to kill somebody, dude. Okay. You're going to kill somebody.
The struggle continues. Then you can hear the trooper use his taser on Ibrahim. Not shown on the video, but in the police report, the trooper says he had to drop his taser to put the car back in park, saying, quote, Ibrahim picked up my taser and deployed the second set of probes into the lower right side of my abdomen, causing excruciating pain. Ibrahim eventually agreed to surrender and with the help of an off-duty Boston police officer was placed under arrest. Inside the car, according to the report, a .40 caliber Glock pistol modified to make it a fully automatic machine gun. Ibrahim's attorney telling us, quote, there are significant legal issues concerning the stop and why my client was pulled over, and that may impact the remainder of the case. The Wu administration is also responding tonight, saying the city placed Ibrahim on unpaid leave as it learned of the allegations. Reporting live tonight in the newsroom, Brittany Johnson.
So yeah, y'all, Michelle Wu has created a very diverse administration where all of the different groups are represented as it relates to assaulting, battering, getting arrested, and overall just showing out in public. So yeah, y'all, it looks like Michelle Wu, she's being sued by Marwa. The city council saying, look, we have to do something about the hiring practice because this is loco. And yeah, despite all of this, she's kicking butt over there. Michelle Wu just beat her nearest challenger in the election by like 50 points. So Boston must like their old Wu. Y'all, let me know what y'all think about this. Do you think Wu threw Marwa under the bus? You know how it is, y'all. You know how it is. People are all for gender rights and equality until your little problem gets in my way and it threatens me. Then you going under the bus. Let me know what y'all think about this down in the comments. But before you do, please stop, hit the share button, share this video out over email, text message, WhatsApp, Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, all of your favorite social mediums. And if you're not a subscriber, please do subscribe. To my people with the retirement, you know, them upsies and them downsies and them roundsies and them roundsies, the economy, the employment, the interest rate, the dollar. Hey, if you want to just kind of opt out and go with something that, at least for the last 5,000 years, has been secure, go with gold, y'all, or at least look into it, okay? Go down to our link, first link in the description, Paralegold, PARALEGOLD.com, and get the information. Protect your nest egg. And speak to our people at Augusta Precious Metals at 844-651-8334. Want to thank y'all for watching. Love y'all, and we'll see you back in the next one.